Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. As you can hear, Miss Honey is exhausted. I'm so low energy right now. So basically, it is all staff, which means staff from all over the country come to our office to meet and brainstorm and have ideations and receptions and eat and drink and meet and eat and drink and meet. Sun up, sun down, 16 hours every day this week except for Monday. I have been hitting it hard, so I did not get an opportunity to do Queen Sugar Wednesday, and I could tell by the thumbnails of a lot of my favorites, Random Reviews TV with Stanley and Lynette, and My Twisted Life of Poetry, and James Caldwell. You can't really go by Mr. Tim because Tim always kind of looked like he looking up out of a box. But everybody else's thumbnails was like, so I was like, ooh. I already knew it wasn't gonna be like a drive-by review. I wasn't gonna be able to do like a little quick drive-by review. I already knew that. So I took my time and watched it. I made a ton of notes, you guys. Look at my notes. I'm all up here. I'm all down the side there. I'm all the way to the bottom of the page, okay? Your girl got into this episode. So we're going to talk about it. And take your time. You can watch this in stages. You ain't got to do it all at once. You know what I'm saying? Pace yourself. Pace yourself. You can't just jump in sometimes. Sometimes you can't just put the whole steak in your mouth and chew it. You got to take a little bite at a time. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is that ginger tea, you guys, I got from the Asian market. It's delicious. Little slivers of ginger in there. Delicious. Fresh, delicious. I'm hoping it'll help me roll back some of that tiredness. I slept most of the day yesterday when I finally got home from work. Most of the morning. And I'm feeling a bit better now, a little bit brighter. Going to spend the day with my dad, taking him out to run errands with me a little bit later on. I was just going to play it chill. But since I'm going to have him with me, I need to, you know what I'm saying, I need to move around a little bit and keep us both active and alert, right? So let's talk about Queen Sugar. I can't remember what episode this is, but I will definitely put it in the description bar. Y'all know how we do. This episode is called Of Several Centuries. Now, let me say this. If you are new to my channel, this is the time to subscribe, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Greenleaf is about to come on, and this train is just going to keep right on moving, right on rolling. I'm just going to continue to bring you great quality reviews. I'm just going to pick apart these meaty storylines, okay, and include you in the process. Okay, so you might as well get on board now. Get on board now. You don't want to have a whole bunch of people waiting in line to hit that subscribe button when you get there. So just do it now. Yeah. Go ahead and do that now. And hit that notification bell. Them thumbs up. Everybody know it's like saying, hey, Miss Honey. And comment down below. Comment down below. I'm really excited to hear what Badu, okay, T52, Lil D, where you at, girl? Where you at? I want to hear what y'all got to say about this whole situation, this whole episode right here. What we doing all up and through here? What do we have to say about this? Hollywood and Vi. Let's get into it. Let me see who I want to roll out first. Let's talk about Ralph Angel first. We've been popping Ralph Angel first for a minute, right? Look at Myrtle. Look at Myrtle. Ooh, she's so nosy. Mind your business, Myrtle. Mind your business. She need to keep her name out my mouth. Oh. Anyway, so we pull up on Ralph Angel and Benny is getting arrested and manhandled. Like, you know how they do. You know how they do. They act like they don't have no home training, okay? Like we not human, and they just throwing Benny around and all this kind of stuff. Talking about they found some pills in his car. You know it was planted. What you mean you found pills in his car? Well, we got an anonymous tip. Anonymous tip. Now, you call them for a real crime and they take their time. You get an anonymous tip and you got 15, 16 cars out here with lights on and things. Then you going to, Ralph Angel ask you a couple of pointed, intelligent questions. You going to tell him not to get sass off at you, boy. Or you going to put him in the back of the car. Why y'all still playing these roles? Why y'all still playing these roles? Y'all, you make your people look bad. You make your people look dumb. You make your people necks look red. Ralph Angel bring up the fact that he got cameras all over, all up and through. Oh, do you? Do you have cameras? You sure ain't nobody been messing with your cameras? I was like, y'all got some nerve. Y'all got some nerve. Y'all really do. Anyway, Ralph Angel is upset because he telling them, you got all these convicts around here. It's called a reentry program, sir. It is called a reentry program. Okay? And we are helping former convicts reintegrate into society. What is the problem with that? Say us off again. Say us off again and see when I throw you in the back of my squad car. Okay. So then later on we see where Darla, Darla, I don't know if she's in class or she's at work, like walking in the lunchroom or what. But a group of people there, looks like mostly Caucasians, have gotten the book that Nova wrote. Like everybody is reading Nova's book from hither and thither and yon, okay? Everybody reading Nova's book, where they gathered over in the corner after they done read all the salacious parts of the book and deduced that it is her. And they snickering and laughing. This part is a little contrived. Although, okay, it needs to be, it needs to be told, but this part was a little contrived. Anyway, she looks at him, walks up to him to a certain distance, and there's a trash can there, and she takes the book and she throws it in the trash, and they kind of break up and hold this niggle and walk off. You know, I was just like, are these adults? Are these adults with children? Like, come on. Anyway, she calls Ralph Angel. She can't get Ralph Angel on the phone because Ralph Angel is busy with Benny and he busy with Aunt Vi, okay? And I understand her point. Ralph Angel knows her, okay? He knows all the dirty parts about her, okay? And I can understand her wanting to talk to him and wanting to receive some comfort from him. But girl, listen, let me tell you something, okay? You gonna have to do this on your own. You should be prepared. Get your mind right to do this on your own, Darla. Okay? Well, she go around there and talk to Not Right Now guy. This the guy that he's also a recovering addict. She goes to talk to him after she can't get Ralph Angel on the phone. And, you know, she's trying to explain to him about what's going on. And she, you know how Darla can look. She can look strung out just from crying. And she got that red nose and it's kind of moist and red around the nostril holes and flaring and quivering. And he's trying to console her. You know, we all, you know, dread our past coming back up. I mean, really, really smart, comforting things he's telling her. But he ain't Ralph Angel. He is not Ralph Angel. And she punishes him for it. He tells her what I said in the beginning. When she threw that book in the trash, I said, you need to go see your sponsor. You need to go see your sponsor because these are little triggers that make us say, why try? Why even bother? I might as well, since people think I'm a crackhead, I might as well hit me a little pipe or two. She don't need to see her sponsor. I mean, she tells him, I just wanted to be heard. I'm just sad. I'm not gonna revert. You know, just, I mean, she gathers him. But it was the way she did it. He was like, oh, 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 oh. She on that slide. She on that downward spiral. Let me get myself and go. He gave her a kiss on the cheek. She said, thank you for coming. Goodbye. Kiss on the cheek. He walks on off, and she is just like, listen, she mad because he ain't Ralph Angel. That's what that is. Ralph Angel makes her feel better. Ralph Angel makes her feel strong. But Ralph Angel is busy being a leader and a pillar in his community, Darla. He is. You gonna have to put your big girl panties on. And you gonna have to do it not just for you, but you got to do it for Blue too. You got to rally yourself. You got to rally yourself and not let this thing take you under, girl. It's not true what they say about you. It isn't. So that's Darla. Later on, we see Ralph Angel around there with the pretty brown attorney, PBA. And they talking to Benny. They consoling Benny, and Benny sitting at the dining room table down at the farmhouse. They done got him out of jail. And she makes it clear this is why she became a lawyer. This is what she does. And she's going to fight this thing and get Benny's name. He don't have to worry about him. We're going to get you cleared. And Benny is just quiet. He's just quiet. Now, he ain't said a word and he ain't eating. And she said, I know you upset. She said, but you're not eating either, and we can't have that. And she just gives him a real loving touch on the arm and the shoulder, and Ralph and puts her hand around his arm around his shoulder. And Ralph Angel starts to tell him about how it seemed like you're never going to be able to shake it. It seemed like you keep your head down and keep your ish together, and ain't nobody going to bother you. But inevitably somebody will always interfere. Somebody will always be there to bother you. But you have a right to be free. You have a right to start over. You have a right to a second chance. And don't give up. You can't give up. Benny said, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I was like, boy, you best to do it. You best to do it. You best to do it. It was a good moment. It was a good moment. It just showed not just the compassion of the pretty brown attorney, not just the compassion and the leadership of Ralph Angel, but the residual of that is lifting Benny up. And he says, I don't know where I would be if I didn't have y'all. It's important. It is important, you guys, to encourage one another. I'm telling you, it's important. You don't know how close people are to jumping. Huh? Okay. Later on, Ralph Angel goes and meets with Charley, and he goes to see Aunt Vi. Gets back in, and the pretty brown attorney comes up, and she lets him know they trying to reverse the funding, the grant funding that they have put into his program, his reentry program. They trying to take it away from him, but she gonna fight. She gonna fight with everything she got. They got to prove that this was a setup. In order for them to keep that grant, they got to prove that clear Benny's name. Well, I have video cameras, but the video cameras have been tampered with. She said, well, we'll prove that. We'll prove that someone tampered with the cameras, but we're not giving up. We're gonna fight this thing. Okay? So she said, if they want to take this from us, they gonna have to work for it. And Ralph Angel like that. Baby, when I tell you he was kissing her by the pale moonlight, oh, it was the prettiest thing I had ever seen in all my days. I promise you, I ain't seen nothing as pretty as that kiss. That kiss on the front porch between the PBA, the pretty brown attorney, and Ralph Angel. Baby, it was like mahogany honey. Warm mahogany honey. Okay. Oof. Anyway, that's Ralph Angel, you guys. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about Aunt Vi. Aunt Vi, you know, told Hollywood she needs some space. Hollywood done went down there to his mama house. And shout out to my Twisted Life of Poetry who brought Hollywood's mama back to my remembrance. Because remember, Hollywood's mama was telling him that he always bending over backwards to do for everybody else. Everybody else you be doing for, Hollywood. Okay, when you gonna see about you? When you gonna do for you? When you gonna be there for Hollywood? Okay, all right. I appreciate you bringing that back to my remembrance. My Twisted Life of Poetry. Y'all check her out. She do Queen Sugar. She also has the stamina and the constitution to do Handmaid's Tale and Harlots Without Crying. Y'all know I cannot do it. And well, she cuss, but she gonna cuss no matter what. But she can do it without crying. And I'm telling you, that's quite a feat. If y'all ever seen Handmaid's Tale, that is quite a feat. Because it is some brutal stuff that go on Handmaid's Tale, right? So y'all check out my Twisted. Listen. Everybody asking about where Hollywood is. What's going on, ain't bad? Hollywood went down to see his mama. She ain't feeling well. He taking care of her for a little while. And then she moved everybody past the conversation. Okay. Y'all know we know. Y'all know we know when something in the milk ain't clean. But now's not the right time to bring that situation up. So they pack up and leave and lock up and everything. And a few minutes later, I thought for sure it was going to be Jimmy Dale come sashaying out the bathroom where he been crouched in the handicap stall all day long. But no, it's a vandalist. It's a person there to vandalize her diner. And they tear the diner apart. They flip the tables over. They cut the seats open. All of this. Okay? When Aunt Vi come in the next day, she finds the mess, her and her assistant, and they shocked. Aunt Vi is thrown aback. I mean, it's disorienting to come in and find everything that you left clean and in place all in disarray. Of course, everybody say the same thing. Call Hollywood. Call Hollywood. No, she go to pick up the phone to call him to tell him what's going on. And she was like, no. It's okay. I've been in this pile of steeping poop before. She said, I can handle this. Let him see about his mama. Now, let me say this. I, too, felt like she should have called over to Hollywood. But at the same time, this something Vi got to figure out. Vi got to work this situation out. She has to do it. Okay? She has to come to terms with this fear that she has that has been awakened by Jimmy Dale. Now, me personally, I'd like to see her hunt Jimmy Dale down. Okay, and then get real close to his nose and cuss him the slap out. I mean, make him feel like he half a centimeter tall. I'd like to see her speak to that thing. Speak to that thing and curse it back down to the pits of hell where it came from. That's what I would like to see her do. But this is Vi's process. Okay, and unfortunately, she may end up running a good man off in the interim, but at the same time, I can understand when you got a monkey on your back that can't nobody really help you get off. It's the work you have to do for yourself. Now, I'm not really sure why she can't do that work with Hollywood there. Maybe because he is so affectionate and loving. Because Charley comes in and she is asking her about where Hollywood is, and she's like, oh, no, I'm not gonna bother Hollywood. I can handle this. I can do this. Later on, when they cleaning up, she bring up the Hollywood question again, Charley, and Charley's like, what's really tea? What's really going on? You know what I'm saying? You got to tell Hollywood. Hollywood is your husband. He would want to know. He'd be very upset to know that this happened and you didn't. And she was like, listen. She said, are you guys okay? You in Hollywood. Listen. It's not Hollywood, it's me. We taking a break. I can't stand being touched by the man I love because of the man I hate. I was like, girl, if you ain't said a powerful word right there, If you ain't said a powerful word right there, oh my. I didn't like that little asymmetric haircut that Ain't Vi had on. But when I tell you, she really played this role today. Boy, when she got to talking about that whole situation between how she feels when Hollywood touches her, and hating Jimmy Dale hating Jimmy Dale, and how that is putting her in a particular place with Hollywood. I was like, wow. I wonder how many women look at their perspective of their present men, or the men that they have run off or let go, and really being able to tie it back to a past hurt like that, a specific past hurt. See, Ava, I was going through a lot because she had been through this before. Not the diner, of course, but Jimmy Dale, when he left, when Ernest ran him out of town, this what he did to that house. He tore the house apart, like the person did here in the diner. And she had to rebuild and pull herself together from that. I respect Vi's process. I just feel like I am concerned that Vi will get to this place where she will be okay with being by herself. She will be okay with not having Hollywood there, and consequently break his heart, shatter him into a million pieces. So y'all keep Vi and Hollywood lifted up in your prayers, please. Listen, now Charley done got the pharmacy man from across the street to pull his video, because Vi didn't have video. She felt like she just didn't need it, which I was like, between you and Hollywood, neither one of y'all thought y'all needed surveillance cameras. Okay. Anyway, so the man come over there and pull the video up, and they see somebody staking out Vi's and taking pictures, and with them long lens cameras. And then they also see the photo of the person that came inside with the hoodie on that damaged Vi's property, that damaged Vi's prize pies. And Darla, it's Ignacio's son. Y'all know they done took Ignacio and his oldest boy and took them back on down there to ICE, okay, to holding in immigration, right? And the mama, all she got is Ignacio's middle son and the little baby, okay? And when Ralph Angel, who goes over to see Aunt Vi and then watches a surveillance tape, he knows it's Ignacio's son, and he is concerned. He doesn't want to put him in jail. He doesn't want to prosecute him, because the mama done already lost her husband and her oldest boy, and now to lose this son, it'll be devastating for the family. He was like, we cannot do that. We cannot do that. Ignacio is like family to us, and we cannot do that. I can respect Ralph Angel for this. I'm telling y'all, Ralph Angel is killing this season. He doesn't have a huge amount of space in this season. He doesn't occupy a huge amount of space in this season. But when time and opportunity shows up, Ralph Angel has been stellar. Coffee Syrup Bowl has been stellar. He is killing it in the leadership game. He is killing it in the living by example game, encouragement. I mean, just being a strong head, a strong leader, a pillar, okay? Ralph Angel is this season's MVP. I'm just gonna say it. Okay? So, yeah. When Aunt Vi finds out who it is, and Ignacio's son comes in and he apologizes and tells her how sorry he is, she stops him. Go on now, before I change my mind. Now I tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna work this off. You got to come 3 days a week, and on weekends you got to work and pay off what you've done. And he says, thank you so much. And they lead outside, and they go outside, where they find the whole community, the pastor, the pastor from the Hispanic community, part of St. Joe Parish, and Prosper, and all of the community from St. Joe itself, on Charley's side, the black side, and the Hispanic side. They've come together. They've come together to clean up and tidy up and fix up Vi's place, okay? Because one of theirs did something to one of ours, and instead of it being this blow for blow, you did it, and y'all people and your people and all of this, they decided to come together. They decided to come together and handle this amongst themselves, as opposed to bringing in these outside entities, right? It's a beautiful moment. It really, really is a beautiful moment. Let's talk about Charley real quick, and then we're going to go into board Nova. So Charley meets up with the only woman that sits currently on the city council in St. Joe's Parish. And the woman don't want to hear it. She done read Nova's book, and she's got her assumptions about Charley. Okay, and Charley just lets her know, listen, we've got to stop this road. Why are we trying to stop this road? The road was in St. Thomas. Now we got it here. It's gonna bring jobs here. I was like, if one more person bring up this jobs situation, is it gonna allow us to open businesses and build on our own, or is it just gonna give us all a place to work? Okay, anyway, Charley tells her, listen, unless we speak up, unless we pull together with St. Thomas and stop this road, they going to basically run us out of our own town. Everything we've all built and loved is going to be no more. So the woman tell her, she was like, look, I'm telling you, nobody on the city council is going to vote on your side. No one is going to help. She says, after Charley speaks to on the cause, she says, find the real reason why they moved the highway, and I'll think about it. I was like, oh, girl. Okay. So after that, Charley and Micah, of course, go by to see Aunt Vi and console her about having been vandalized, and she gets the footage, and she finds out the person that was taking the pictures with the long lens was the consultant guy that was in Jacob Boudreaux's office. Now, let's talk about these consultants. They kind of like lobbyists, all right? So these are the people that work for large companies that large companies send in to whisper in the ear of politicians and sway them and woo them towards their agenda, the company, big business's agenda. Okay, and a lot of them, depending on what the agenda is, will take matters into their own hands and do things that are illegal, life-threatening. Okay, and you know, so basically they come in, they survey everything, they find out how you move, how you operate, who you know, and then they use all of these pieces like pawns on their own little chessboard. Well, this guy is no different, because see, not only is he the one that's mistaken out Aunt Vi's place, he also had something to do with what they did down there at Ralph Angels with Benny, and also, okay, he's the one that got Ignacio's son. Given the situation, he says, I give you $500 if you do this. And he said, no, I'm not going to do this. He said, yeah, you will do this, but if you don't want your mama to end up with your daddy, in other words, down in deportation, right? I deport your mama. I have your mama deported. Now, you know how it is. You already know how it is. It's one thing when you hear it from your own people. It's something about hearing a threat from a Caucasian male. That is more menacing, because you know that they got the skin color and the capacity to get it done. To get it done, and nobody would think twice. because Caucasian males move throughout this world unquestioned, untethered. Okay? If a Caucasian male said it or a Caucasian female said it, then it must be true. It's only your word against their word when it's a black person. If it's a black person against a Caucasian female or male's word, then you the lie. You the lie, melanated. You the lie. Okay? I'm talking about from an outside perspective. So I could see Ignacio's son's position. I could see him being terrified for his mom. He had already seen his dad being carted off. And the mom is sitting there with the pastor, because when Ralph Angel tells her this is Ignacio's son and I don't want to take the approach where we call the police, she says, I know someone can help. So she goes get the pastor, the one that from last episode, the one that wasn't really quite trusting her but kind of was warming up to her, to bring together Ignacio's son, his wife, and Charley to talk. And of course, Ignacio's son, Ignacio's wife, and the pastor all speak Spanish. So they talking. Ignacio's wife, I don't think, speaks any English. And she is talking, she's afraid. She is just like, please don't take my baby, please don't take my baby, please don't take my baby. And the pastor is talking, and they are all talking in Spanish, and she's hugging Ignacio's son, the son, and Charley speaks beautifully. And everybody's like, oh, it just takes that energy down in the room. I say, Charley, you best to work. You best to work. You best to work. I need to go back and look in my comments. I had a beautiful honeybee out there that follows me and follows my Queen Sugar reviews, that ran down a whole list for me of the wonderful things that Charley has done. When I say wonderful, I mean powerful, I mean confident, I mean strong. Just helping me to recognize that Charley, although she's had her flaws like we all do, Charley's a force to be reckoned with. She's a force to be reckoned with. And I stand corrected when I refer to her as being selfish from the first season. She had her selfish moments, but by and large, Charley has been a force, and she has been all about family. Everything she has done for her family and for the legacy of her dad. Okay, her dad's legacy and the borderline legacy, right? Okay, so it's a good moment. So after that, we go and Charley goes to see, Charley goes to see Jacob Boudreaux, because this Jacob Boudreaux's consultant, right? So she need to go find out what's going on. So she go and put her on a nice pair of jeans. I mean, they wasn't tight, but they was the kind, you know, if you ever had the best pair of jeans you ever had in your life, they just fit. You know what I'm saying? They just fit. They just boom, pat, cow. They just hit every spot. And she had this scoop neck shirt on and her breast was ploop, just ploop, 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 ploop. And that scoop neck was just giving you just a little decolletage, you know. And it was tight, and she had it tucked down in them jeans. She done poured him a drink. She done poured her a drink, and she looking beautiful. I'm not talking about beat face, gorgeous, glamorous, beautiful, but girl next door, freshly showered, beautiful baby. Eyelashes popping. Lean back on that desk, and she woos him, and she schmoozes him. Okay, and draws him in, and he's scared, he nervous, but gosh darn it, she is beautiful. She is beautiful. I have always had a thing for her. If I could just get a taste of that sweet, sweet Charley Borderline, baby. That's the look he had on his face, right? So, once she gets him all pulled in, honey, and she gets him all wooed and smooth, she dropped the hammer, baby. Woo! Boom! she come to find out, okay, that it's an energy company. Now, how she found this out? The pastor, when the pastor saw the picture that Charley gave Ignacio's son to say, this the man that tried to offer you the $500, and he said, yeah. The pastor was like, I know this man. This man was down here during the whole prison situation, and he from Old World Energy, a natural gas company, okay, and trying to get all of our people to sell land, to get the Hispanic community to sell their land at a fraction of the cost. And they ran him off. Okay. So when she brings it up to Jacob Boudreaux, his face falls. And she's like, what's going on? Fracking. They fracking. They fracking. That's what they doing. That's what they were doing when they tried to get the prison and they ran them off from the prison. The prison was just it was gonna actually be a prison. What happened was when they was surveying the land and all of that stuff for the prison, they discovered natural gas deposits. And when they discovered those natural gas deposits, Jacob's mama decided, with the red bloody vampire lips, decided she was going to work with Old World Energy, and they going to take over the land, and basically they going to frack. Now, let me talk about what fracking is. Fracking is like taking everything in your handbag and shaking it up and dumping it all over the ground. Okay? It's like taking all of the flour out of your flour bin. Okay, it's like going in your pot of spaghetti and turning a blender on and kicking all the spaghetti out. Anything that's good, anything that's organized, it's a destroyer. Fracking is a destroyer. It tears and breaks up the land. It rids the land of nutrients and everything that is good and rich. But listen. We have always known that the borderlands own some of the most richest fruitful soil in Louisiana. We know this from season 1 and season 2, where we learn a little bit more about the borderlands from slavery days. The borderlands have had to fight and have fought the Landrys for what is theirs, and also have had to defend their land from being taken over by the Landrys. Have always wanted the land because they knew the land was blessed. The borderlands land is blessed. It produces whatever you plant comes up beautifully. Okay, not only that, deep within the soil is obviously other minerals and riches and that thing. They would kill to get on borderland land. And that's the thing that Charley has to remember, because when she gets done getting the whole story from Jacob, she gives him the folder and he opens it up and it has a blue sticky on it and it says thank you. He realizes at that moment, you've been taped, you've been recorded, this is all a matter of record. Okay, and you could, he looked like death eating a cracker, baby. When I tell you what little blood he had in his face rushed down to his feet, and he stood up almost shaking and got real close to her, and he told her, you think I'm gonna let you push me around? You think I'm gonna let you treat me like I'm weak? You think I'm just gonna let you come in? You can benefit from this too, Charley, just like we've benefited from it. He realized he was recorded. Then now drop the mask. Drop the mask. You love Charley with conditions. As long as she is conditionally, okay, she is aware of the conditions. And you see that she ain't down with the conditions, that you'll never have her, that she don't like you like that any interaction she have with you whatsoever is just to save her daddy's land. Anything. You keep falling for it, you fool. He threatens her. He sure do. He threatens. You think I'm gonna let you get away with this? You think I'm gonna let this slide? You think this is what I'm gonna let you do? And Charley said, well, look like I did it. Look like I already have gotten away with it. Boom, he walks out. Be careful, Charley. You got to be careful. So Charley pulled the town together. She got the councilwoman with her now. And she got the pastor with her now from the Hispanic community. And they got shirts. They got shirts on. Okay. And it not only is it Charley at her headquarters. By the way, Ignacio's son also threw the brick through her window. So not only has she got everybody with these shirts on, they're gray with this blue emblem on the front. She got the town all together, holding hands in front of her her office, campaign office, and advised Dinah. And then Ralph Angel is on his farm, on his business with his entire crew, and they got the shirt on. And boy, Micah got pictures of everything. Beautiful photos. And she said, listen, I understand you want this to be about the campaign, but this is not about the campaign. I don't want this to just be about the campaign. We need to pull together as a community no matter what, if there was no campaign. I want the community to know we doing this for each other, right? So all of a sudden the phone started ringing, landline, cell phone, ringing. She go to pick up the phone, it's Prosper. Prosper, wait a minute, slow down, what's going on? What? Oh no. But I tell you, my heart was like doom 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 doom, because I just knew something had happened to somebody that we love, and I just wasn't gonna be able to take it. Ooh, my nerves was getting bad. Listen, I was so relieved that it was just the meal. The meal was on fire. They done went around there and set fire to the meal. And let me tell you why I was relieved that it was only the meal. I was relieved that it was only the meal because people who want your land and want your voice and want your power will take your life. They'll take the lives of the people that you love. And that's what I was afraid of. That meal, we can build again. But a life, nobody but God. Okay? Nobody but God. So that's how the episode ended, and that was devastating. But let's talk about Nova. Y'all, I was so torn with this Nova situation because, one, Nova was killing it. Did y'all see when she got out of that truck? That floral piece? Rutina Wesley pregnant. I'm sorry. Unless Rutina Wesley hit me up in the DMs and tell me that she not pregnant, I think Rutina Wesley is pregnant. And I am sure that I see a poop. Okay? Okay? All right. So, I mean, she was giving us patterns and prints and beautiful, vivacious colors. She was giving us texture and ethnicity with every photo. That hair, that skin, that face, the jewelry. I was like, let me be you. Huh? Let me live this life. Oh, y'all, I just love being black. I know it's a tough road to hoe, but y'all tell me, y'all find somebody more beautiful. Y'all find somebody more talented. Find a culture more talented and beautiful. I'll wait. Oh, Nova is star-studded. Cameras, lights. She comes in, she gives an assistant her handbag. She takes off her beautiful coat and gives that to an assistant and walks up to the door, and there's a woman there with her earpiece in, and obviously she's like a producer. Nova is here to do the OprahWinfrey show, so to speak, you know. It's not really Oprah, but it's a very big, powerful talk show, right? Nova's here to do it, and she gets to the dressing room, and they've got flowers in the dressing room, darling. They are waiting for a star to arrive. Well, here I is, Nova, the famous writer, right? The novelist, okay? So Lady comes in and she was like, read your book, really, really good. Did a little bit more digging, some genealogy, and this and that and the third. And we'd like to talk about some of these things on the show. How do you feel about it? And Nova was like, what? I don't, wait, I just, she shows her what she found and wants permission to do it on the show. Whatever she found shook Nova's knees. Okay? When I tell you it was all she could do to stumble back, turn, and lean up on that vanity and realize it ain't over. It ain't over. What you have done to lift yourself up has not only dismantled your family and made you estranged, but honey, it is going back generations and rooting and digging up. The look on her face, what have you done, Nova Bordelon? What have you done? Girl, I don't know what it is. I do not know. But let's move forward. Nova goes out. You hear them, she tells them, no, absolutely not. We didn't agree to this. You can't use my family's business. I do not consent. So they go on with the interview. And she's talking about family and healing and all of this. And so you pride yourself in being the last female borderline. That's right. I am the last living female borderline on my mother's side, a true borderline. Now, I don't know if that was a shady slight against Charley, but I felt like it was. So yeah, that's right up there with the comment that Dr. Octavia made about your sister. Like, girl, do you ever intend on having a relationship with Charley? Ever? Well, he says, well, that's not true. And she is like, well, I was stunned. Now, she is frozen with fear because she doesn't know if they're going to override her consent by going ahead and revealing something. Whatever she thought that they were going to reveal, she was almost swallowed her tongue at the anticipation of what was going to roll off out of this man's mouth. So when she hears what he has discovered, she's almost relieved. You can see a physical sense of relief that Rutina gives off as Nova Bordelon. It's almost like, Well, come to find out, her mama had a cousin, a female cousin that was like a sister to her mother, knew her mother very well, that is living not too far from St. Joe. Well, how did you find her? He said, well, we found her. It took some digging. Now, she's not here, of course, but if you'd like to meet her, and he shows her a picture, and Nova is moved. Beautiful woman. I mean, y'all know, beautiful black woman, right? Nova touches the picture and says, this is the best news, a surprise I've gotten. I guess the best bad news I've ever had. In other words, she's not the last living female borderline on her mother's side, which is bad news because she had a lot of pride in that, but it's good news. The reason why is that she's got a cousin, and of course Nova is going to want to talk to her. Nova covets this conversation that she potentially will have with her mama's cousin, right? So Nova's coming out, and coming in is Calvin. She bumps into Calvin. Boop. He's still good looking. Salt and pepper. She stopped in her tracks. Apparently Calvin is now owns his own security company. He's left the police department, and he lives in Baton Rouge. He's gotten divorced from his wife, and he admits that Nova is the love of his life. Well, because he read in her book, which he calls her brave for writing that book, I don't know how much strength it takes to lift yourself up while tearing your family down, but okay. she's brave for writing that book. And he read in there that she said that he was the love of her life, and he says, you were the love of my life too. So they gonna part ways. She gets in the car now. The actor that plays Calvin and Rutina Wesley, they have chemistry. Now y'all know Rutina Wesley is engaged, if not already married, to a woman. But the chemistry that she has with Calvin cannot be denied. The actor that plays Calvin cannot be denied. Cannot be denied. It is palpable. So she goes to get in the car, and she decides she's going to invite him to lunch the next day, and he is excited about it. Well, they meet up for lunch, and it's chemistry popping off. Boom, bam, pow. All above board. Not overly sexual. It's really more about now Nova is in a place and with someone that she feels comfortable talking with. Plus, she's also at her breaking point. She's recently gotten rid of the Dr. Octopus, okay? And she's traveling this road alone. She says weeks and months. So evidently she's been on this tour for months now. And she is in Philly, okay? This is where she meets Calvin. And she tells him about how her family is not talking to her. She's all alone, and she's afraid that they'll never speak to her again. And so this is the first person that Nova really has a conversation with, a genuine conversation with, about her family. That says a lot. So they carry on with the adoration. No, you're the greatest. No, you're the greatest. No, I loved you more. No, I loved you more. Now I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I should have done things different. No, I should have done things different. It's all wonderful. It's all great. It's all wow. I love you. You're the best thing ever. And kudos, 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 kudos. Later on, they go play pool. This is where you can really, really see Rutina Wesley's pooch. She's got like an umpire waisted top up, and it kind of dips down in the front a bit. And she's got a skirt on, a peplum. It's a peplum, and you can see that little pooch. I think Rutina Wesley's pregnant. I'm just saying. They play pool. Y'all know pool is a very sexy game, you know, and back and forth. And so they have this moment where they're just like, you know, it was great seeing you take good care. I really appreciate us coming together and tying up some loose ends and having some closure. You have a great life. She gets in the car and goes on and goes back to the hotel. She's packing up. He knocks on the door, opens the door. I felt like I said the wrong thing when you left. This Calvin, I felt like I should have said more. I feel like I want to tell you that I want to be with you, Nova, board alone. I want us to make a go of this thing. And I was like, girl, where you get this one from? Where'd you get this one from? Okay. It's everything a woman wants to hear. Everything a woman wants to hear. Undying love. Undying affection. Nova sits down, and in true Nova fashion, it has to be on my terms. She tells him, what we did together physically, was boom, bam, pow. How you like me now? Oh, it was great. And we can do more of that. It's gonna always be good. It's gonna always be hot. Right? But I need to know that we got more. We got more of a connection than just physical, than just lust. He said, whatever you need me to do, boo. Whatever you need me to do, as slow as you wants to go, that's what we will do. Now, it's a beautiful moment. It's really, really great. She apologizes for how she treated him, for how she viewed him, and let those views make her feel all of this. You know, and she says, you when I lost you, you really broke me. And he lets her talk. When he gets ready to talk, he say, you say I broke you. It almost broke you. He said, but I was broken. I was like, uh-oh. Nova, give up, honey. Give up. Give up. Give up, girl. This the one you want to give up on, huh? This the one you want to give up on, right? Cause yeah. And again, she says, I just want us to love each other differently this go round. And he was like, boom, whatever you need me to do. Huh? Drink your bath water? Pick the food out of your teeth and eat it? I'll do it. Whatever you need, I'll do it. Huh? You need me to clean your nose with my tongue? I got you, girl. Come on. He all in. He love himself some Nova. It's a beautiful moment. It is a beautiful moment. And it's coming at the right time. Because Calvin asked Nova about, you out here traveling all by yourself alone? You know, like, that's not safe. Remember, he got a security company. And remember, somebody down in St. Joe's Parish, Charley Bordelon, needs a security company more than anybody. Right now, with the mill being on fire and all these threats out here and all these random manifesto writing Caucasian males out here running amok, Charley needs security more than anybody. So I can see where this thing may possibly be going. But what I loved about this episode is that each individual sibling was sort of isolated and stood out as it pertains to fighting as a family, going through turmoil as a family, dealing with their own issues. Each sibling stood out. What I love is that this whole Landry situation is coming to the forefront, and each sibling's part that they will play, including Aunt Vi, in fighting the Landrys as a family, as Borderlones, is coming into play as well. It's coming to the forefront. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all put it down below, and we gonna talk about it. Where y'all at, honeybees? Where y'all at? Wasn't this a good episode? Huh? Wasn't this a good episode? Are we glad to see Calvin? I miss Hollywood. I really, really do. Ain't that, don't ruin this for us. Don't you ruin this for us. Don't you do it. Myrtle, you hush. Hollywood ain't your man. Anyway, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Come back and see me now, okay? Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I holla.